I was standing in the middle of the road, shouting for help. People were running past me, cars were stopped, someone was crying. I kept shouting, "I'm here. I am fine." But nobody looked at me. Then I saw a crowd gathered around something on the ground. I pushed through them, and that was when I saw my own face. Covered in blood. My name is Toby. This happened 3 years ago in Lagos. I still don't fully understand it. I don't even know how to explain it without sounding crazy. But I will tell it exactly how it happened. It was a normal Wednesday. Traffic was heavy as usual. I was riding my bike home from work. I worked in Ikeja and stayed in Ogba at that time. The sun was going down. I remember being tired. I remember thinking about food. Then I remember a downfall bus swerving. That's the last normal memory I have. After that, everything went quiet, too quiet. No car horns, no shouting, no engines, just silence. I opened my eyes. I was standing on the road. My bike was not with me. The traffic light was blinking red. Cars were stopped in strange positions. Some drivers were outside their cars. People were running. I felt confused. I tried to wave at someone. "Excuse me." What happened? Nobody answered. It was like I was invisible. I walked toward the crowd gathering near the middle of the road. Someone was screaming. A woman was crying loudly. I pushed forward, and that's when I saw the body, face down, helmet broken, blood spreading on the tar. The clothes looked familiar. The shoes looked familiar. My heart started beating fast. I moved closer. Someone turned the body slightly, and I saw my face. My eyes were half open, but I was not breathing. I stepped back. This is not real, I told myself. This is shock. Maybe I fainted. Maybe I was dreaming. I tried touching one of the people around me. My hand passed through him. I swear, it felt cold, like touching smoke. That's when fear started entering my body, or whatever I was in. I looked down at myself. I was wearing the same clothes, same shirt, same jeans, but there was no blood on me, no pain, nothing. Then an ambulance arrived. They lifted my body. I followed them. I don't know why, I just followed. I entered the ambulance without opening the door. I didn't even think about how. I just moved, and I was inside. The paramedic was checking my pulse. He shook his head slowly. One of them said, "He's gone." Gone, just like that. I was right there. How could I be gone? I started shouting, "I'm here. I'm here." Nobody heard me. They took my body to the hospital. I walked behind the stretcher. I watched as they covered my face with white cloth. That was the moment something broke inside me. I wasn't dreaming. I wasn't unconscious. I was watching myself like I was watching a movie. Only this time, I was the dead one. The worst part was when they called my mother. She arrived shaking. When she saw my body, she collapsed. I ran to her. I tried to hold her. My hands passed through her. I kept shouting, "Mommy, I'm here. I'm okay." But I wasn't okay. Because she couldn't see me, I watched her cry over my body. That pain was worse than any physical pain. Time felt strange. There was no hunger, no thirst, no tiredness. I just existed, standing, watching. People came and went. Doctors signed papers. Nurses covered me fully. I sat in the corner of the hospital room. And I stared at my own covered body. I didn't know what to do. I didn't see any bright light. No angels, no demons. Just confusion, just emptiness. That night, something changed. The hospital lights dimmed. The room felt colder. I wasn't alone anymore. I sensed something. Not a person, not exactly, just a presence. Standing near the door, watching me, the way I had watched my own body. It didn't speak. It didn't move. But I felt like it was waiting for me to understand something. Suddenly, I felt a pulling sensation, like a rope tied to my back, dragging me away from the hospital room. I tried to resist. I didn't want to leave my mother. I didn't want to leave my body. But the pull was stronger. The hospital walls faded. The city faded. Everything turned dark. Not scary dark, just empty. Then I saw the accident again. This time from above. The downfall bus hit my bike hard. I didn't even have time to react. My head hit the road. It was quick, very quick. I realized something painful. I never felt myself die. 1 second I was alive, next second, I was standing outside my body. That's why I didn't know death did not feel dramatic. It felt like stepping into another room. In that darkness, memories started coming fast. Arguments, mistakes, things I said to people. Things I never apologized for. I saw moments I ignored my mother's calls, moments I drove carelessly, moments I thought I had more time. And that's when I felt true fear, not fear of ghosts, not fear of darkness, fear of unfinished life. The presence came closer, still no face, still no voice. But I felt a question, not in words, just a knowing, are you ready? I wasn't. I kept thinking about my mother crying. I kept thinking about things I hadn't done. I didn't want it to end like that. I don't know how, but I begged. I said, please. Just one more chance. The darkness stayed silent, then everything went blank. I woke up to loud beeping sounds. Pain exploded in my head. Real pain, heavy pain. I couldn't move, my body felt heavy. I had a doctor say, he's responding. I was in the hospital, alive, barely. The accident had put me in a coma for 2 days. They said my pulse was weak. They almost gave up, but I came back. Here is the part that still scares me. When I woke up, I told my mother everything. She looked at me strangely. Then she said something that made my skin crawl. She said, when you were unconscious, you suddenly started crying. And you kept saying, I'm here. I'm here. Those were the exact words I shouted when nobody could see me. Doctors say it was coma, hallucination, brain trauma, near-death experience. Maybe that's true, but I know what I saw. I saw my body. I watched my mother cry over me. I felt something waiting for me in the dark. And the scariest part, death did not feel far away. It felt close, too close, like a thin curtain. And sometimes, late at night, when everything is quiet, I remember how it felt to stand outside my own body. And I wonder if that presence is still waiting in case next time I don't wake up. After I woke up in the hospital, I thought it was over. I thought I had cheated death. But that feeling, the presence I had felt in the dark, it didn't leave me. At night, when the lights in my room went out, I started hearing faint breathing. Not my own. Slow, deliberate, like someone was leaning over me, watching me sleep. I told myself it was nerves. It had to be. But sometimes, I would feel a cold hand brush my shoulder, and when I turned, nothing was there. It got worse. A week after I was discharged, I went back to my house. Everything looked normal. My bike was gone. The street was the same. But when I opened my bedroom door, I froze. My own body, the one from the accident, was sitting upright on my bed, not moving, not even breathing, just watching me. I blinked. When I looked again, it was gone. But the smell, blood, faint, metallic. Then the nightmare started. Every night at exactly 2:13 a.m. I would wake up. And every night, I would see it again. Standing just at the edge of my vision. Always tall, always dark, faceless. Sometimes, I would hear my own voice crying out from the corner of the room, my voice, but twisted, like someone else was saying the words I had said in the hospital. I'm here. I'm here. I tried to tell my friends. They laughed. Told me it was trauma, stress, brain injury. But I knew better. I would feel it before it appeared. The air would grow heavier, colder. Shadows would stretch in ways they shouldn't. The scariest part. One night, I fell asleep fully exhausted. And in my dream, I saw the accident from above again, the bus, the impact. But this time, there was another figure standing behind the bus, watching. I could see its head turn slowly. And I felt it smile. When I woke up, I realized the most horrifying truth. It had followed me home. It didn't care about the accident anymore. It didn't care about my body. It only wanted me. Since then, I never sleep without leaving a light on. I never look out the window alone. And sometimes, late at night, when the city is quiet, I can feel it standing behind me, breathing, waiting for the moment I finally stop screaming.